way to your seats, please. Okay, while you're making your way to your seat, if I can have your attention, there's a couple other announcements that I want to go ahead and reference. The first one is I want to go ahead in your bulletin. Everybody should have received a packet of information. It contains an envelope, as well as a booklet or a pamphlet, if you will, about Sovereign Grace Ministries. If you would, while you're making your way to your seats, could you go ahead and pull that out for me real quick? Envelope and your booklet. All right, if you would, go ahead and pull that out. It's there in your bulletin. Thanks for doing that. Really appreciate it. A couple of things I want to make note of. One is that this month, actually this Sunday, concludes our month on missions. Okay, we've talked about missions in a variety of different ways and contexts. Today, I have the privilege to go ahead and talk about our mission and our partnership in mission with Sovereign Grace Ministries. Okay, and so that booklet that you have there is going to do a much better job than I'm able to encompass in just a few seconds here. But I do want to draw your attention to it. We are in partnership with Sovereign Grace Ministries, and there's three primary ways that we benefit in this way. Okay, one is that we have partnership with regards to church planting. Okay, so what just took place this past month, the church plant that's taken place in South Philly, Christ Church, is directly correlated with our partnership with Sovereign Grace Ministries in a commitment to plant new churches in locales where the gospel can be proclaimed and preached and lives can be transformed by the gospel of Jesus Christ. So that's one benefit. The second benefit is just the opportunity for mutual care that we can enjoy with one another as a family of churches. And specifically in Sovereign Grace Ministries, it would be with regards to our region, our northeast region, where there's about 20-some churches that we relate with in a more personal way, which we benefit from those relationships, not just for accountability, but friendship, as well as learning from one another in that respect. And then thirdly is the call that God has, not just for church planting, but to see new pastors equipped, trained, and deployed. And we do that in concert together with Sovereign Grace Ministries through the Pastors College, okay? And so there's a lot of benefit that we derive from our partnership with Sovereign Grace Ministries. We want to highlight that for you and also encourage you to prayerfully consider this week, as you review the booklet, maybe your husband and a wife, I would encourage you, do that together and prayerfully consider how God might be calling you individually to give towards this ministry. And support. Now, it could be in a form of a monthly pledge. It could be in a one-time gift or what have you. But please go ahead and take some time this week to prayerfully consider that. And then also, we'll be collecting the envelopes. So I want to reference the envelopes that are there. And on that envelope, you actually have different ways in which your monies that you give to Sovereign Grace Ministries can be dispersed, okay? I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there's 8 different ways that you can go ahead and pick and choose for this coming year that you'd like to see your monies go to. So please consider that as well when you're thinking about giving, all right? So next week, we'll have opportunity to collect these envelopes in our offering, our normal offering, next Sunday. So please take this home with you, pray about it, read through it, and then go ahead and I encourage you to prayerfully consider giving towards this ministry and the partnership that we enjoy. Speaking of partnership, Christ Church in Philly is going to be opening their doors for public meetings, it looks like in May. Okay, they signed a lease on their facility. Yes, that's an ancient prayer. Signed a lease on their facilities. They're working vigorously right now to get that up to code so that they can go ahead and start hosting meetings and be there throughout the week as well. There are some things that they need from us, though, as well. So there is a list that they compile of different things that they would like to collect from us, whether it be chairs, things that they can use in children's ministry, and so forth. The list is compiled, and it is actually at our Welcome Center, but it's also available online as well. If you'd like to go ahead and check that out, you can visit Christ Church Philly, their website, or you can just go to our website, and there's a link there for you as well. Okay? So over the next few weeks, they're going to be collecting items, so we want to encourage you, please look through this list, and if you have things that are sitting around that can be utilized at the church plant, please consider donating those items, okay? And lastly, I have the privilege, speaking of of partnership, I have the privilege of introducing our guest speaker today. And the reason we have a guest speaker is because two of our pastors are not here this Sunday, and that is Warren Betcher is actually serving the church in Toms River, New Jersey, as he is preaching there. And also our friend and fellow pastor, Tim Wolf, is at Christ Church this morning preaching there for Jeff and the team that is assembled there at the Gregory's house. And so this morning, we have the privilege of being served and being fed this morning by TimeShorey. Now, TimeShorey, many of you know who TimeShorey is, especially as their association through the Parent Teen Ministry and Youth Camp. But TimeShorey also, this past year, not only is he serving as a pastor at Covenant Fellowship Church in Glenside, PA, but he's also serving Sovereign Grace Ministries in an extra local role as well by serving as the regional director, as our regional director. And he is doing a fantastic job of leading this core of churches in mission and in mission together. One of the things I so appreciate about Tim is his heart for the gospel and his heart for doing that together. Not just doing it independently, but doing it together. And so we have, as a pastoral team, we have derived great joy watching Tim serve as this regional director this year, and he's doing a fantastic job along with his wife, Gayleen, as well, I might add. So would you please, through your applause, would you welcome Tim as he comes to preach next week?